Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the Jimenez JA 22. It's a small little 22 long rifle pistol that it's probably the cheapest pistol you'll ever own in your personal collection that works. I got mine for $100 including a box of 550 rounds, so you can't really beat that deal. It does have a lot of bad reviews. If you go online and look it up, people have a lot of bad things to say about it. So I just wanted to get on here and give my 2 cents about the pistol. Overall, for the price, and this is the thing, you've got to look at it for the price. Like I said, $100 for the pistol, brand new out of the box, and 100 or 550 rounds. That's an amazing deal. Now, the first complaint I've seen a lot about is that there's not a whole lot of quality control going on in the factory. And honestly, I don't really blame the guy. The guy that owns the business took it over after it got sued out of existence, basically. He was a former employee. He bought all the stuff and just started making his own pistols. Whether he was out to make a quick buck or he was just out to keep his business alive that he loved, I don't know, but you can tell that there's not a whole lot of passion put into this pistol. If you take it apart, you can see some rough spots in there, some just things that they didn't take their time and just come out with a perfect gun. But then again, it's $100. Maybe it'd be $150, $200 a piece if they took the time to file everything down a little better. They made sure that every piece was identical. Because I've heard that there are a lot of variances between each individual Jimenez JA 22. I don't know, this is the only one I've ever handled. But the second thing I've heard a lot is it won't fire anything other than the really fancy 22 long rifle ammo. Me personally, I haven't had any issue shooting the really cheap complete lead bullets. It fires every single one for me. I've had, out of a couple hundred rounds that I personally shot, I've had maybe one time where it's been out of battery where it sits just slightly out, and I just with my thumb could push it back in and keep going. It wasn't anything serious, and that was after a couple hundred rounds, so it hadn't been cleaned, and that may have been the issue, and it was the cheapest ammo I could find. I have had several people that are newer to shooting have some problems with failure to feeds, and I think a lot of it is just the fact that they don't really know what they're doing with it. Overall, honestly, I wouldn't use this as a self-defense weapon because, like I said, I have had the slight out-of-battery issue where it sits back just a hair, and I've had several new people or newer shooters have problems getting it to feed, and it's a 22 long rifle. It's generally not a self-defense round anyway. Other than that, my personal biggest complaint is the sights are not adjustable whatsoever, which it's a cheap weapon, so you can't really blame them on that. But mine tends to shoot a little high. So I've got to aim, if I'm, say, 10 yards out, I've got to aim 3 or 4 inches lower than I want it to hit. The other issue I have is it's not really self-explanatory to take apart. I'm not saying it's complicated once you learn about it, but there is a little section back here. You have to push in the button and simultaneously lift up on it. I'd never seen a pistol break down like that before. And you have to be really careful because it will rocket the firing pin and the little button out, and it'll go about 10 yards farther than the bullet, I think. But, so I did lose that. It took me a few minutes. Luckily, my wife saw where it went. So you just got to be really careful with that. But overall, I would say, honestly, in my opinion, this is a decent gun for the price. Like I said, I wouldn't use it as a self-defense weapon. I don't think it's that reliable. But the little imperfections inside, you can take a little file and file it down a little bit, clean it off. If you keep it cleaned and lubricated, it's a great plinking gun. It's a great gun to take out to the range, especially to teach new people, especially smaller women or younger people, how to shoot. I think it's great just because it's not going to scare them, it's not going to kick. That is one great thing about it. It doesn't really feel any worse than a BB gun. So, it is great on that aspect. It's great on the price. I don't really worry about a new person breaking it or damaging it when they're messing around with it. I'm teaching them to clean a gun or whatever it may be. But as far as accuracy, I don't give it great marks. Some people say theirs are perfect, but, I think that's some of the variances in quality control. Some of them are going to have a great person working that day milling, and they're going to be spot on. Some days you might have the guy who's just getting trained, and they don't have anybody checking behind him, is my theory on it. Final thought, the reloading aspect. I mean, it's not any more complicated than a bunch of the other older style pistols, but you know, you've got the little lever back here. It's not great if you're trying to reload fast. Once again, it's not going to be a self-defense or, you know, tactical pistol or anything like that, but, you know, for the price, I think it's worth it. You have to look at, it's a $100 gun, actually less than that. So, you know, for $100 including ammo, you can't beat that. It's gonna fire most of the time for you, especially, I've never put expensive ammo, but people say it does a lot better with expensive ammo. I mean, I would go ahead and get this. If you've got a little bit of money laying around, you want to buy just a 22 long rifle pistol to flink around with, shoot some cans, shoot some little targets, you know, go ahead and buy this. Another final thought, I know I said final thought already, but it does have, I don't know how well you can see it, there's a little orange button here that sticks out. I think that's a cool idea. It lets you know if there's a round chambered or at least if it's cocked, so anybody on the range can look down the line and see, okay, that button's out, he's got it cocked. You know, I just think that's kind of a cool feature, especially being a former range coach. I like to see what my shooters have going on. So, if you have any questions about it, I haven't personally done a whole bunch of, you know, calculations of, okay, I've shot this many rounds and it's got this percent of misfires or anything like that. I don't take the time to do that, but I will say it's been a decent blinking gun. I haven't had a lot of the serious issues of every 4 rounds it, you know, not firing like other people have had. It's been fairly reliable for me, except for brand new shooters. So, leave me a comment, like the video, and go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be trying to make some more videos on gun reviews. I'm going to go through all the guns that I personally have over time, so go ahead and subscribe and get more of those videos. Hope you have a great day.